So yeah, I'm Robert Dellner. I'm going to talk a little bit about an experience that I had when I was working at Citibank in London, where I had the position of head of sales in Europe for fixed income. In this department, when I came in the role, it was evident that there was a disjointed approach to clients in general. We had far too many clients, far too little emphasis on the clients that were right for us, and far too little emphasis on the clients who actually wanted to deal with us. So we needed to create a change program to become much more focused on the clients which we really wanted to deal with. The realization was really around many people trying to do too many things for too many different clients and not really satisfying really any of them. We ended up going from 1,700 clients in Europe over a 2-year period down to 700 clients. And each 300-400 client move, we virtually doubled revenue. It was a combination. My insight was really that we had to focus on what was important and get the right person in front of the right client. So we started working with psychometrics to understand what the client needs were in terms of behavior and what he wanted to see. We did surveys with clients. Another important catalyst for change was that we created client teams. So instead of having individual performance orientation vis-a-vis their product, vis-a-vis their client, they were working in a team, both by product and by client. So it became a collaborative, cooperative effort to deliver to that client what that client really needed. And they shared the revenues from that client a little bit like a shareholder group would do at the end of the year, and they distribute it as a dividend. The breakthrough was really when people started to realize that by focusing in on the right client with the right product who wanted to engage with them, who had already made a decision that this relationship was important to them as well, how well it worked and how much more and better trade they were doing with that particular client, less stress. So it became a cultural shift in the way we operated vis-a-vis clients, and people who were embracing this approach did better, and that spread. So the breakthrough was really that once you see the model working, other people want to adopt it and do the same thing. The catalyst for me was really to have the permission by my leadership, effectively, the department head, to really reorganize the approach that we have towards customers in this relatively new way, and also having the leeway to remove customers who was no longer suited for the type of services that we provide, was using us maybe for pricing purposes or other aspects of it, but essentially was not really a good fit for us. To have the permission, the allowance to make those kind of changes was very, very important. The insight process was very gradual. We came to various conflict points within the organization. One was time constraints. Another one was revenue per client was very low. So we realized that there was a lack of focus, essentially. So it was a gradual realization which myself and other people within the management team became aware of, and we sat and discussed how to best tackle those particular issues and to try and improve the business for ourselves and our clients. For me personally, it was the realization that by collaborating very closely, seeking cooperation, seeking to involve people who are doing the work directly itself, became a critical element of making it happen. So this was clearly not a decisions from upon high, from some strategic imperative that had been theorized. It was practical, pragmatic approach to implementing the change with the people that was going to be mainly affected for it and shaping it with the people who was actually involved on a day-to-day basis. The main key learning aspect for me was that if you're going to institutionalize any culture change, come from the principles of what will improve the business, what would make people both enjoy and engage more with the business that you're trying to achieve, get clients involved directly and indirectly in the process, ask the customer what they need, essentially. Create the team that is going to implement, create a champion or a champion team that is going to be the first to implement it as a model for the rest of the organization to see. That would be my 3-4 points.